City Jazz Sessions is about great music, arts, and entertainment. We are located in St. Louis, Missouri, and available to performance art lovers worldwide. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. You can email us at cityjazzsessions@gmail.com.
Look at my friends, my people, my people.
What's
Hmm.
up?
In a long time.
What's
It's
going
good to
on?
catch up with y'all, man. Warren, Laka, beautiful Laka.
Hey, everybody.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. So I've been home for about a week rehearsing for this whole thing, music at the intersection, and doing a bunch of different things. I have to plug my dear friend Kevin Johnson. He did a wonderful piece on me in the St. Louis Post Dispatch today. It just came
All
dropped
right.
today. So
Nice,
I'm
Ronnie. Have you
excited
shared
about that.
that?
I I think I shared it once. I've been teaching all day, and then I went immediately to rehearsal with the choir. So I haven't had it. I haven't even finished reading the story.
Oh,
So
wow.
I just heard from a couple people. It was really nice. But knowing Kevin and knowing his writing, it's probably the bomb. So I'm very blessed that he was
Yes,
able to fit me in. You know?
absolutely. That's Kevin C. Johnson.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So look,
We are live on YouTube.
we're live on YouTube. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
we're streaming. So Laker, you got a bunch of different roles, don't you, this weekend at the Music at the Intersection? What are you doing?
You know what? I have backpedaled all the way out.
What?
Yes,
You are
Ronnie.
out.
So you guys, I was supposed to be in Ronnie's choir, and then it was just a breach in communication, and I was just trying to do too much. So I decided to just focus on. I'm gonna be there, but I'm gonna be late. But I decided to just focus on my project that I have coming next month because we usually have practices on Sunday. So I'm just focused on that right now. But I'm gonna have a representative. Joe, our director, Joe Hammerhand, will be there. We have a table. He will be there representing St. Louis Woman, my play that's coming out in October.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you just been super busy.
I have, but let's keep it on you, Ronnie. I want to talk about this performance, y'all. This man is going to have about 100 people on stage. Right? I mean, every instrument you can think of, and every well-known St. Louis artist. Let's talk about. I mean, you have like four different categories, right? You got the orchestra,
Yeah.
holographic principals.
Yeah.
You got the choir.
Yeah.
You got different
Big
people who are
band.
sitting in the big
Big
band.
band too. Oh man.
Yes,
And then the
you
string
guys do
section.
not want to miss this because you haven't
Yeah.
seen anything like this anywhere
Wow.
That's
ever.
true. That's true. I will agree. And I
Absolutely.
must say, it's been a lot of work because I orchestrated this music this entire last probably 6 months um,
Hmm.
for this particular band. I feel really blessed because I got some funding from the South Arts Grant. I got some funding from the Kranzberg, who's behind this music in the intersection.
Right.
Um, I had to. I did a campaign. I'm bringing some interns in town too to work with me. So the
Hmm.
campaign was successful, and it's been a lot of moving parts. It's been so exciting because also we're premiering some new pieces. We have new films to the piece. Like we
Yeah.
got, I'm working with a fantastic film producer, filmmaker named Jamal Joseph. He worked on the film Black Panther. He's a professor
Wow.
at Columbia University, and so he and his team made two films to two of my compositions. One called God's Only Black Man, which was on the first holographic principle record. And then a song of mine called "A Time in America" with 3Ks. So
Hmm. Three
the
Ks.
visuals of this is real
Yeah.
and it's deep. The outcome is about music is our healing force. It's all positive, but it's real and it's going to be live in your face. You know?
And this is all music you've composed, right, Ronnie?
Absolutely.
from
We're
start
doing
to
one.
finish?
Yeah, we're doing one piece on the concert that I did not compose, and it's from a dear friend who is also going to be here, who was the musical director for D'Angelo at one point.
Hmm.
Uh, I believe as well as Maxwell. He's an incredible musician. His name is Frank Kawumba Lacey. Um, he wrote this piece for me on this recording that I did, and the reason why I'm doing this piece is because it's absolutely phenomenal for one thing, but also it carries the spirit of one of our mentors and greatest musicians, Hamia Blewett, who's from the area here. Hamia Blewett was a great baritone saxophonist from Illinois, Lovejoy, Illinois, actually, and he, formulated his career, got his start playing in St. Louis jazz clubs and East St. Louis jazz club. He went on to make an indelible mark in the world of jazz, playing with Charles Mingus and all types of people. But
Yeah.
he was one of a kind. He left us a few years back, but that piece, is part of the tribute. So the music and this concert basically is talking about my experience in history in St. Louis and the
Mhm.
music from St. Louis. So all of the pieces I've composed are very, very personal, and they tell a story of all the way from my upbringing,
Yeah.
from working with Duke Ellington to all of the other people that I was blessed to work with and impact my life. But the core of that, my development was right here in St. Louis. So that's why I have all of these St. Louis All Stars with me too. That is so exciting. Um, you know,
Yes. And
is
who?
go
Yeah,
ahead,
tell
lady.
us about some of those all stars. Because aren't is Quincy Troop going to be here?
Quincy Troop is here. He's
Yes.
reciting. Yeah, he's going to be reciting with me my grandfather's poem, God's Only Black Man, that the film is made to. And we're going to do an original of Quincy's piece that accompanies another composition of mine, a very new composition of mine that's coming on our next holographic principal recording. Um, yeah, so Quincy's here.
Yeah.
We have some surprises. But we got like Elijah Wan Davis, an up and coming actor from St. Louis,
Nice.
gonna do something. We got some other surprises. Arkell Fitzgerald, gonna, Fitzpatrick gonna do some rapping, and
Nice.
then we have all these greats that have went on and impacted themselves across the globe, like Greg Osby
Hmm.
playing alto sax with us.
Great
Uh,
sex.
yeah, Eric Person, another
Yes.
Great
great
sex.
playing with us. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
JD Perrin playing multiple instruments with us, bass clarinet and tenor saxophone. Um, then we have Kevin Batchelor, who is an awesome trumpet player. He spent many years playing with Marcus Miller and several people. We went to high school together. And speaking of my high school, I have some high school alumni with me. The great Jeff Anderson is playing saxophone in the big band. Henry Claude, who is one of the principal percussionists for the St. Louis Symphony. He's playing in the marimba. Uh, we have
Oh
some young,
wow.
yeah, we have
You got
some
a
young and up
marimba?
and coming. Yeah, we got marimba and timpani on the gig, and
Oh man,
Oh my
glockenspiel. I
God.
that's gonna be
orchestrated this
tripping.
music. It's gonna be off the chain.
You know, they
So
some people listening might not even know what a marimba is, but I have one in my living room, and
what?
they are huge and they are heavy and beautiful, beautiful sounds.
It's
Wow,
one
you
of my
play it?
one of my
No,
favorite instruments. What you doing
oh,
with it in your living room
my
there?
son plays it. My
Oh,
son,
Oh
yeah,
man,
cool.
okay.
he's a percussionist.
All
Okay, I
right.
didn't know that. That's wonderful. I have to
Yeah,
come over and see how he's handling it.
yeah, he's doing great with it.
Awesome,
But you
man.
know, a
That's
lot of
awesome.
the I just want to say a lot of these people that Ronnie is having as a guest, we've had on this podcast. So if anybody wants to learn more
Absolutely.
about them, you can go to our page and look them up because there's lots of podcasts on a lot of these guests.
That's
Remarkable
right.
story.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
so Ronnie, all of these people and different performances that you were talking about, how you going to do this in one set?
Okay, so that's now you know what? That's the tricky question because we actually okay, I'm gonna put it like this.
Okay.
There's 14 pieces of music,
Okay.
but some of those pieces of music are artistic statements, right? They're gonna go to a piece of literature or something else, right? So they don't last that long.
Okay.
But the other thing is, I'm gonna be real with everybody listening here, right? We might not get to all them 14 tunes because I want people to play, but we got to go through the tunes to see which ones are the strongest for this particular thing.
Gotcha.
Now, that being said, they all are pretty strong, so that's a trick question, and it's a trick answer. And I've been working here with the string section, which is all African American brothers and sisters playing these incredible strings parts.
Mm.
Uh, Blake Blake Harrington is the section leader, and I believe he has like Blake Live, and that's kind of like what his string or Blake Concert Live. That's what
Mhm.
the string section is called. The wonderful vocalists have renamed their thing to the Robu Lou Crew,
Oh wow.
which is beautiful in honor of me. So, and they're killing it. And but here's the thing about this project: these are people I grew up with. These are people I've respected all my life. These are people that have been. They know my entire family. I know their families, and this has been a dream I've had probably since before I left here. You know, I've always wanted to have people that I love with
Mhm.
such talent around me to be able to do something and impact, inspire ourselves. And I feel very fortunate. They love the music, they're inspired by the music, the story behind it, the fact that, a lot of it has to do with our collective histories together. Um, and, I mean, of course, the hope and desire and dream is that this impacts the audience and inspires people to understand that, hey, man, we have to come together as a race of people. We have to stop all of this ignorance. You
Yeah.
know, we're not getting anywhere. I mean, we're not. We're going backwards. You know, um, and I'll be real too. As an educator, I have to make statements about the fact that, you know, there's a contingency of folks trying to take African American history out of our curriculums for our young people.
Absolutely.
How can you even have any type of American history without that? I mean, there is none.
Right.
We
Mhm.
are the backbone. We are the creators of anything that we have that is legitimate and working in this on this continent. So I'm just gonna be real with it. So we have to break down those negative forces, and we have to let our children and our young ones know, and the next generations know. Hey, no, it's a better way out here. It's got to
Yeah.
be.
Now,
Yeah,
Ronnie,
it's
will you be recording this like for an album? Because some of these
Yes,
pieces are, I mean, you've done things like this before, but not exactly like this. This is
right. No,
something very unique just for this concert, this festival.
absolutely, absolutely. So the yes, I'm hoping to record it both, visually and audibly. So I have some things in place for that. And another thing I got to be real too is for a larger picture. Um, the people that have impacted my life in the music, um, you know, I need to really tell uh, um, more a bigger story. So I'm looking to get funding to do an actual film, a full out
Mhm.
film documentary from my
right.
life in St. Louis to all of the places I've played on 7 continents. I have a
Wow.
plethora of wonderful musicians all around the world that have inspired me in doing things in their communities, right? So my hope is that this thing can find the funding. I can find the funding or the interesting parties that would
Hmm.
allow me to tell that larger picture, right?
Yeah.
But it all started right here in St. Louis, so this is the catalyst. Um, you know, um, Chris Hansen at the Kransberg, we've talked about this thing for a long time, And finally, it's like we figured out a way to do it. Plus I
Yeah.
had some funding from the South Arts grant, the
Right.
residency grant, and so, but the larger picture, there's a larger picture, because
Right.
my mind doesn't stop. I'm always thinking, man, I got like 20 different projects I'm gonna do, on this level.
Yeah.
Um, and
I'll-
God willing, I'll be able to get to more than this one. But it's like it's all very positive work, and it's all with the thought process that music is our last healing force. We need more ways for people to understand our music. Through our music, we could tell those uncomfortable stories, but we can always bring it back in so people understand that we have alternatives. You
Hmm.
understand? For us to live together.
Yeah.
That's the basis of this project.
Absolutely. I'm so excited for you, Ronnie, because I can tell,
Absolutely.
when you talk about it, it just lights you up. You had this vision, and this is bringing it to fruition, or part of it. You got more to do, but this is bringing a big piece of it together. And just the players that all of these guys that you have on here, these guests, could have their own. Oh, a lot of them do have their own stuff. So, I mean, these are all stars, like you said. These are no,
Absolutely.
all stars in their own right.
As well as all of the local players that are joining me. They all are
Yes.
all phenomenal. I mean, I'm extremely blessed. And as I was telling you, it's like some of the other, like, for example, the members of the choir, Mr. Danny Smith, he's now a pastor. We grew up together down the street, and his I believe Day Day is his niece, and she's singing with me too, right? We've
Hmm.
known each other since we were literally 6, 7 years old. Danny and I played in a band together when we were, when I was in high school. And this guy has a voice, I just love his voice. It's so powerful. And if
Yeah.
you can imagine a brother that sound a mixture, doesn't sound like anybody. He's got his own resonance. But if you could think of a mixture of somebody like that's got Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Lou Rawls,
Oh, wow.
all under his palette,
Yeah.
Wow. I have to hear
now
that.
Pastor Danny Smith. Oh yeah, he's amazing. His voice is powerful.
Well,
But
this
what,
is going
what
to
are
be
some,
a real St. Louis homecoming. Seems
Oh,
like.
it is. It is. It is. It is.
and
It
a
is.
family reunion for you, Ronnie?
The
Right.
family reunion. I got my uncle Rasul Sadiq. He just flew in from Paris to be a part of this.
Oh,
And he's
wow.
Wow.
playing trumpet. Yep. And you know, without him, I probably wouldn't have delved so far into jazz. He
Hmm.
and I used to spend hours and hours and hours in the woodshed, like learning Freddie Hubbard and Woody Shaw, some of the greatest jazz trumpeters, right? We spend hours and hours listening to their records and playing it. Of course, he's about 10 years older than me, maybe a little bit older than that, but you know, my my trajectory in St. Louis was that I was always placed with the elder statesmen.
Hmm.
You know, I think Warren, when you first interviewed me, I talked about that the great John Mixon and Willie Aikens and Freddie Washington. I
Right.
was like 14 years old playing with those guys, and they're seasoned veterans. So, and my uncle was a part of that experience too. He went on to play with the great AACM, which is it's a huge conglomeration of creative musicians out of Chicago. You
Hmm.
know, so it's just, man, I can't. It's just amazing for me that all of this stuff
I
is
can
coming.
see you just so excited, Ronnie, and we got to
Yeah, I'm
see
too
it.
excited right now. My head is heavy too
Eh,
because I was able to pull it off.
right. Who
You
are
know.
some of
It's
the vocalists, some of the guest vocalists that you have?
Okay, so Lynn Fidmont, who also interviewed with
Yes.
us,
Right.
Lynn is here. Lynn sang with the great Phil Collins for many, many years,
Wow.
uh,
mm,
as well as the one of the most prolific artists we have on the planet, Stevie Wonder. She was with
yeah,
him for over 20 years. Uh, Lynn is also one of those singers that when you watch the Grammys and they have singers up there behind some people. she's been doing that for many years. I mean, she's done so much stuff I can't even
Mm-hmm.
start to talk about her resume. But she's another one. When we were 5 or 6 years old, we were singing in the choir at a Union Memorial
Hmm.
church over here, my our grandparents' church, and so we've known each other since then.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, oh man, and it's like we've lost so many people these last few years, and the fact that these people that are so close to me are still here is just a sign that it's got to be better things to come. We're
Mm-hmm.
here for a reason. And this project came together for a reason, and everybody is so positive about it. It's just a joy. That's why I get bubbly. I don't even have any words, the real words to express how excited I am about this thing.
Now, Ronnie, I know this was a labor of love. I want you to tell us about some of the work that you had to put in to make this moment happen, because you had to do a lot of coordinating. I mean, just with the amount of musicians
Right,
alone and the
Hmm.
right.
different projects and ensembles and so on.
And as a working musician, I do not have a management company working with me. So that means from the contracts to talking to sound and lighting techs to talking to transportation logistic people to talking to the 29 or so musicians to
Wow.
coordinating rehearsals to renting spaces for rehearsals to hiring people to help me with the transcriptions of all of this music because
Mhm.
first of all, I am an active working musician, so you guys know that I travel with other people. I
Right.
also travel with holographic principal, and I'm also a professor to colleges. So I needed help. I don't have that managerial help, which I wish I did, because I also I keep it real. I've had a headache for the last 6 months. It's just now the pressure is kind of coming off
Mhm.
because I can see that this is really going to happen.
Right.
Right.
The other thing with life, you can't take anything for granted, right?
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah.
there's always something in your head saying, man, somebody's going to pull the plug or something's going to happen or one of the
Mhm.
musicians is going to get sick or, or somebody's going to complain about the music. None of that has happened. So I'm finally kind of relieved, some of the pressure is
Yeah.
coming down. And, I just want to be able to get back to my creative self because all of those things, like you were saying, Laker, it was so much to manage over the
Right.
last months. I mean, wow. And then, I have to report to people that I got the grant from. I have to keep them updated on things.
Mhm.
So paying people to make videos and short little film passages of the
Hmm.
rehearsals or the transcription sessions or the um, you know explaining how things are going to work to the interns. I have to document all that, and keep
Yeah.
record of everything. So, yes, it's been arduous and heavy amount of work.
But don't
Absolutely,
you feel like now you did this, you can almost do anything? You know,
absolutely.
like it's no limit at this point. If you
That's
organize
right.
this much, like the next thing is just you're just more prepared for the next thing.
That's right, and that's right.
Absolutely.
And what they say, if you go through some hard stuff, it don't kill you; it just makes you better. So I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
believing in that right now.
Right. And one thing, when I was looking at the stuff for the choir, like he had everything organized on the Dropbox. So really all the musicians, can do their kind of own work ahead of time to get prepared. And all the music is on there, audio files, you have the sheet music, like
Hmm.
you could tell you put a lot of work in getting all that stuff together so that everybody would have what they needed to be prepared, for group rehearsals.
Yeah, you have to look at it. That it's like the logistics of it. So most of the players that are from here reside in New York, right? and then
Mm-hmm.
you got Lynn in LA, and then you got the contingency of the musicians right here. So
Right.
for me, I'm like, I need to make it as easy and accessible to them as possible.
Hmm.
Dropbox has been a lifesaver, because
Mm-hmm.
but for me it's been a lifesaver. For some of them it's kind of been a headache because I keep revising the scores.
Yeah.
My mind doesn't stop, as a
Right.
composer. It's like, oh wait, this would be really nice if I can add this section. So, a lot of times they'd be like, oh man, I learned that chart like that. Now you're gonna do this to me. But they'll say that for a second, but then all of a sudden they're like, but it's dope though. It's nice. Okay, I got it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I wanted to make sure that I laid out as much as possible so, folks weren't guessing, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So are you close? Are you shutting it down? Are you final?
You mean the music end of it?
Yeah, on the show, are you the last act or
Oh,
how?
I'm in the last act of the festival. Yeah, so we should be
Yeah.
shut.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not sure. I think they have like 5 major stages, so I don't know if somebody else goes on at the same
Right, right,
time
right.
we do. But from what I heard, I'm the the main headliner at the
Hmm.
At
last
the big
hour of the
top.
festival
At the
at
big
the
Right.
big
top,
time.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That gives you
Right.
plenty of time. I mean, more or less, you can kind of stretch it out because nobody's coming on behind you.
Right, but it is also contractual. They wanted me to play less time than I demanded.
Oh.
I'm from the tradition of jazz players. Like when I used to play with um, Woody Shaw or McCoy Tyner or Joe Zawinul,
Hmm.
our contract would say like 75 or 90 minutes. But with those guys, we're playing like 2.5 hours, and people would be like, we want more. So, I was like, no, we need a little bit more time than 60 minutes,
Yeah.
so we have a little bit more time than 60 minutes. And,
Right.
and,
But
and
that's
I'm going
it.
to
Then they
stretch
pull
that
it.
until they put,
To
until
the
people
close
say,
curtain.
I don't think people are going to say we got enough. I'm hoping it's just like they just want more and more. And we'll just have to figure out something new if we get through all of that composition. Because that's another thing. I'm a product of that. And this music is about us being able to push the envelope and do something spontaneous.
Hmm.
Right.
So I'm hoping that we get to that level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
that'd be great.
But I think the way the Kransberg has to pay the sound people, by the minute they gonna shut y'all down right at right at 9 o'clock. Lights gonna be off.
Yeah, because probably, and those guys are going to be wiped. They got a whole day of a festival. I just
Yeah.
hope that they're on point with like my notes and our show. I do
Mm.
have my intern and one of my agents came over from Italy that works with me closely. So they're both going to be here working with the sound and the lighting crew with cues to the scores, right? Because for me, you're right, like it's like I'm looking at every aspect of this, right?
Yeah.
So lighting and all of that stuff creates a theatrical effect. I need all of that in the music, right? Because the
Right.
music is written that way, but when we have the technology and all these other things, it just enhances it. And this is a multimedia concert. I already said I have 2 films, and it's like um, that are written for the music, and there's another video that we're going to show like for just a little break time, and that
Mhm.
so it's visual. So I need those lighting cues that I've written in the scores. I've taken the time that I'm like, listen, there's a crescendo in the violin part here. I want that light on the violins.
Right.
I need also I've done all of that work,
Wow.
and I'm just hoping we can pull it off together. Um, there's some challenges because we only get with the sound crew once, and that's in the morning for the sound check. So
Hmm.
I'm just, for them to understand the full concept and grasp what's
Right.
happening, you know, ideally, um, and in the dream world, it'd be wonderful if I had 2 days with those guys so they could see
Hmm.
the rehearsals, you know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
can understand the cues that are written in the score of when we need this color light, or when we need this color light, or when we
Mhm.
need this total darkness, or we need this, or
Yeah.
fades and things like that. So, but I am, I am, convinced that the spirit of the higher power is going to be here, and everything is just going to do like that and just
Right.
explode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
positive energy.
yeah,
It's going to be great, Ronnie. I
yeah,
mean, you've got just the talent, and the vision that you have behind this whole thing is just wild. So
yeah.
I'm so excited about it. I know everybody else that sees this and hears that, reads Kevin Johnson's article, is going to be excited to see it too. So
Yeah, yeah. Um, you know what? Well, I'm going to take this time too to thank our tech person, Leon Davis, who is back there behind the scenes working with us. I didn't do my normal introduction because I'm so excited about talking about this project. But I'm
right.
ever grateful to Warren Harper, who is our producer. There's Leon, and pulling all this together. And of course, my sister Lake, who is a force of talent herself, awesome mom. So, I want to thank you guys. I think we should probably wrap it up because I do need to get some sleep tonight. And I know,
Yeah.
Laker, you are
I know
working as
that's
hard
right.
as I am, and Warren, you as well.
Yeah, yeah. But we appreciate your time, and we just really want to wish the best for the show. I'm gonna see if I can get down there. I can't promise it, but I
What?
definitely
No,
don't
man,
want to
come
miss it.
on. Now, you've been knowing about this show for 6 months.
Yeah,
I
I
thought you
know
would
I've
have
been
had
knowing
your
about
stuff
it.
ready.
No, we're going to do that on another show. Joe's going to come back and talk about it.
Yeah, 21st we'll be back for that.
All right. Hey, well, St. Louis and everybody out there chiming in, we want to thank you so much for being a part of us and supporting City Jazz Sessions and all of these wonderful people that we've had on here and all of the other co-hosts that we've had and all of the incredible artists and people that are making some major moves in the world. This is an incredible show. So please subscribe and follow and share
Share.
and chime in. Right, Warren?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I just can't say, how much I appreciate the time that you've been with us. And we just hope that this turns into a long-term relationship and we can take it to even higher heights.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. I already got a list of people I got to present to y'all and see how we can make it work.
All
And my wonderful, beautiful co-host, the songstress, Leica.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys have a good night. It was a
Thank you,
righty.
guys. Love
always.
you all, and hope to
Love
see
you.
you at the show September
Yes.
11th.
Absolutely.
We start at 7 p.m.
All right.
City
Get some
Jazz
rest,
Sessions
everybody.
is brought to you by St. Louis City Jazz, a 501c3 company dedicated to music education and appreciation. The CEO is Magic Man 50, and for more ways to connect with City Jazz Sessions, visit cityjazzsessions.wixsite.com/St. Louis. The City Jazz Sessions team includes host, content director, and guest coordinator, jazz great Ronnie Barrage. Follow Ronnie at ronniebarrage.biz. Host, website designer, graphic artist, content director, and guest coordinator, singing sensation Laka. Discover more about Laka at lakamusic.com. Additional production services are provided by Lions Den Productions. Go to thelionsdenstl.wixsite.com/home. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more great content.